Hey there, folks. It's me, Chris, with a Gigman's Life. Yeah, it's a Gigman's Life indeed. And of course, it'd be a great help to the channel. Don't have to do it, but subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get notified about the latest videos as they come available. But spoiler alert, Monday through Friday, there's always a fresh new video on this channel by 10 a.m. And, this is one of the times where talking about communications, the importance of making sure that you don't just have one cell phone, you have one on another network. If you're thinking of getting into amateur radio, what are the scales you're willing to go to? Are you willing to go all the way back to CBing that? Which limits you to, depending on how hot, the local area, to atmospheric conditions of hopping where you can talk over a mountain. But it's a lot of hope and prayer with that shit. Compared to where we go up to using a ham radio and getting into the various licenses. So let's begin with the first license of all. Ham radio or amateur radio is a non-commercial radio service for hobbyists and can communicate globally, experiment with technology, and provide emergency communications, requiring a license to operate legally in the U.S. So yes, you can talk globally depending on shit, I wouldn't say that, but I would definitely say I can go and talk to ships. There is the naval frequencies that are still in use, and they're preserved for old military frequencies. But, that's one you can talk for free, but you still can't hook up to a repeater on those. Now, FRS, which a lot of you are familiar with, they're the packet radios that you can buy at any store. And yes, it's mentioning the next one, where FRS is the family radio service. And, you buy these radios, you can't change the antenna. You only got 2 watts that you can go and broadcast at. It's a very limited issue, but helpful. Because when you go to the GMRS, General Mobile Radio Service, is a licensed two-way radio service for short-distance communication, popular for family, off-roading, outdoor activities, offering clear radio and more power than FRS radios, with required FCC license for operators covering immediate family for 10 years term, allowing use of handhelds, mobile radios, repeaters, voice, and data. So yes, you can do that with ham radios, but that license is attached to one person. It's not a transferable, excusable license. GMRS, if you got a small business and you need to communicate, remember, it's running the same frequencies as FRS. So you can always have those channels. You can always just have one radio to rule them all. Yes, I had to go and just throw that in because the ring around the jackass. And of course, this is the stuff that you have to think about getting into, getting connected with the people on the repeaters. Because once you get into these type of communications, you need to get with communities. That is what's going to help you. It gives you other people to talk about. You learn a lot of what's going on around you. Even having the fact that, like this has the weather channels, an FM radio also. And if your fire department, police department, city works, they do have channels. And if they didn't go digital with their radios, you can listen in because they do have a repeater, and that's how they work. So, it's really a choice of what level you do, but you also have to remember government minutia. Getting a ham operator's license does not clear you to transmit on the GMRS frequencies at or out of range, because if you still, and yes, you'd be out of range because you need to actually use an FRS radio to operate an FRS radio, or to operate on those frequencies. So you can't just drop down with your big bad ham radio license and your radio and go, bloop, I'm on those frequencies for the FRS. No, you still have to get a GMRS license, but it's just like, boom, $35, 10 years, and it's a family license. So you do look at things like that and how they can help you. I really would love to experiment with a repeater, because technically I could set up a repeater. A 25 watt mobile one wouldn't be that bad, especially some of the places I can get up to and be able to transmit from, which would be interesting for pictures. This is another gig, folks, because you always got to remember, you got to be able to do things in your wheelhouse. Yes, setting up this whole thing, doing videos, actually putting effort into the videos and doing these live as I do. They're not always perfect because there is no edits. I try to do the best I can do on the video at the time of recording, because now this is just to prove how much I do without the edits. Suddenly, if I'm doing the edits, let's see what improvements happen. We all know that once I start doing the edits, this is going to be a little bit more coherent and presentable to a lot of people, but also, is it an AI? editing, are you sure it's still a human doing these videos? But of course, the tons of blooper reels that are now being generated should be interesting to feed into an AI and have a Max Headroom version of me. Another thought, people. But of course, you know, as I'm just completing this, yeah, no matter what, get out there, get into these communities, because this is what will help you in an emergency, especially when cell phone towers can go down. You're out of power for your cell phones. Shit happens. So having the equipment to pivot to other communications is always a choice. So, you know, folks, I might want to record this and, you know, just to say, well, folks, yeah, can't go. Well, folks, now I can't stop laughing. Well, folks, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it for its entertaining content, and I hope it was informative for all of us out here doing the hustle, regardlessly if you are a 40-hour a work week office worker or a schlub digging out sidewalks. Everybody's got something important to do in their lives, and the work has to get done. So let's be kind to everybody else out there, and you have yourself a spectacular day.